Amazing morning. This is Learner's Enhancement Activity Program, which provides enhancement learning program for struggling learners in Mathematics 9, as well as addresses difficulties in algebraic expression and polynomial expression as prerequisites through Mathematics 9. For this week, we're going to have translating a verbal phrase into an algebraic expression and vice versa. A mathematical phrase that contains a variable is an open phrase. A number phrase is an expression that does not contain a variable. It is also referred to as a numerical expression. The English phrase, a certain number added to 5, is translated to an open phrase that is n plus 5, where n stands for a certain number. The English phrase 7 added to 5 is translated to a number phrase 7 plus 5. Expressions like 8 plus 2, 12 minus 2, 5 times 2, and 20 divided by 2 are some number phrases for the number 10. Expressions like x over 5, negative 2a, 2n plus 8, 2 times L plus W are examples of an open phrases. Another name for open phrase is algebraic expression. An expression composed of constants, variables, groupings, symbols, and operation symbols is called as algebraic expression. In an open phrase, negative 7x plus 12, negative 7 and 12 are the terms of the expression. In the term negative 7x, negative 7 is the constant, also called the numerical coefficient of x, while x is the variable, or the literal coefficient of negative 7. The numerical coefficient of a term is written before the literal coefficient. A term is an indicated product or quotient of coefficients. The term 12 is a constant term, which does not have any indicated literal coefficient. Terms in algebraic expression are separated by plus or minus sign. What are the symbols of operations and relations used in algebra? These are the following. The first one, we have addition, plus, increased by, added to, the sum of, and more than. This one is for the minus sign, wherein the meanings can be subtraction, we have decreased by, subtracted from, less than, and diminished by. The other one, we have multiplication times multiplied by. And this one, we have division divided by, ratio of, the quotient of. We have the equal sign, so it means equals and is equal to. This one is less than. The other one is greater than. This is less than or equal to. This is greater than or equal to. And the last one is not equal to. So these are the symbols of operations and relations used in algebra. What are the phrases that we are using? So the first one we have in addition, we can use sum, plus, more than, added to, and increased by. For subtraction, we have minus, subtracted from, difference of, less than, decreased by, or less. For the multiplication, we have product, twice, times, multiply by, and of. For the division, we have divided by, quotient, ratio, and divided to. Let's have an example. In the operation addition, we have the variable expression that is x plus 3. We have in here x plus 3. For the word phrases, we can use some number plus 3. The other, 3 added the sum number. The sum of the sum number and 3. 3 more than some number. Some number increased by 3. For the subtraction, we're going to have the variable expression that is y minus 6. Word phrases to be used. So we can use some number minus 6, 6 subtracted from some number, the difference of some number and 6, 6 less than some number decrease by 6, and some number less 6. For the operation multiplication, wherein we have the variable expression that is 2a. Word phrases, so we have twice some number, 2 times some number, the product of 2 and some number multiplied by 2. For the exponents, we have c squared. C squared, the square of c to the second power. For the cube, no, we have k cube, k to the third power, the cube of k. And for the roots, we have the square root of x, or a square root of a number. For the division, so we have x over 5. Some number divided by n5, or a number divided by 5. The quotient of some number and 5. The ratio of some number, or the ratio of a number and 5 divided into a number. So what are the keywords? So we have the sum, difference, product, quotient, and they indicate the answer for the respective operations. So the first one, we have sum of x and 3, difference of x and 3, product of x and 3, quotient of x and 3. Okay? So we can use x for the variable if not specified. So for example, the product of a number and 4, so that is 4x. The sum of b cubed and 7, so b cubed plus 7. 7 added to the quotient of x and y. So this is 7 plus x and y, because the quotient of x and y is x over y. So in here is 7 plus x over y. So in here, another thing, no, is a number subtracted from 8. So that is 8 minus x. 9 divided into a number, so x divided by 9. 5 more than 2 times a number. So 2 times a number is 2x, so we're going to have 5 plus 2x, or 2x plus 5. Either way. In here, we have 7 times the sum of a and b. So we can have first the sum of a and b as a plus b. And then we are going to have 7 multiplied with a plus b. So we're going to use the open and the close parenthesis. The other one, we have the product of 5 and a number minus the sum of the number and 2. So the sum of number and 2 is x plus 2. The product of 5 and a number is 5x. So we're going to have first 5x minus x plus 2. So in here, the sum of a and b divided by the difference of a and b. So the sum of a and b is a plus b. And then the difference of a and b is a minus b. So we're just going to have a plus b divided by a minus b. So in here, we have to translate each verbal phrase into algebraic expression. The first one is the sum of two numbers. So any letter or variable can represent the numbers because the numbers are not known. In item number 1, we have a and b. They are the symbols used to present the said numbers. We add them because of the word sum. Hence, the use of plus sign. So the answer must be a plus b. The other one, which is number 2, is twice a certain number. So in item number 2, the variable n represents the number, and the phrase is translated as the product of 2 and n. For number 3, we have the difference of 8 and twice a certain number. So item number 3, which is the variable b, represents the number and is used as coefficients of 3. Their product is subtracted from 8 because of the word difference. So we're going to have a minus 3b. For number 4, which is the quotients of a number and 3 diminished by 2, item number 4 is the variable x represents the number with 3 as its denominator because of the word quotient, and the phrase diminished by 2 is translated as negative 2. So our answer must be x over 2 minus 2. For number 5, which is square of the sum of a number and 2. So in item number 5, the variable represents the number added to 2 because of the word square. The quantity that is x plus 2 is raised to the second power. So we're going to have the quantity of x plus 2 squared. For the verbal phrase, so we're going to have a number y increased by 4. So that is y plus 4. 3 times a number m decreased by 6. So 3m minus 6. 9 added to the quotient of m and 5, which is 9 plus the quotient of m and 5. So m divided by 5. And in here, we're going to translate each algebraic expression into verbal phrase. So we have in here 8n minus 12. So the difference between 8 times the number n and 12, it can be the product of 8 and the number n minus 12, as well as 8 times the number n decreased by 12, 12 less than 8 times the number n. For number 2, we have 2 quantity x plus y. So this will give you twice the sum of numbers x and y, as well as 2 times the sum of the numbers x and y. 2 multiplied by the sum of numbers x and y. The product of 2 and the sum of two numbers x and y. The third one is x squared plus 3, which is the sum of the square of number x and 3. The square of the number x increased by 3. 3 more than the square of number x. And 3 added to the square of number x. For your activity card, you are going to translate the following verbal expression into algebraic expression. So, the first one is the sum of 8 and a number. 2 is 4 less than a number decreased by 24, 1/2 of a number decreased by 8, and 9 less than the total of 9 and a number. For the enrichment card, so we're going to have match each verbal phrase in column A with algebraic expressions in column B. You are going to write the letter of the answer on the blank provided before the item number. Read the word formed by the answers to identify the person above, which is the pioneer to the use of symbols in representing numbers and quite well known for that. For the assessment, you need to read each item carefully and choose the letter of the correct answer.